Hello, YouTube guys. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. I gotta set things. I kind of struggle at the very beginning, rolling everything, trying to do the video and the read through and stuff. So I'm just gonna take my time, get it quite right, and then we'll edit this out of the audio. But this is just YouTube, guys, and it gives me a chance to listen and make sure the audio is working. But the audio, I can't keep the headphones on because the audio is out of sync to what I'm saying. It works fine once it's done, but there's like a second delay, and it really throws me. So instead of from now on, I'm going to begin the YouTubes with just 30 seconds to get it started, and we'll go from there. Hi, YouTube guys. I should double check that I'm rolling. I say what ho! This is Brian. Call me Len Zeppelin Gardner, coming to you from Ramble on Towers Dungeon Studio, back in the dungeon, as you can see on YouTube, in scenic Hespeler, Ontario. You are listening to Ramble on Radio, episode 82. Ramble on Radio is the only dedicated Led Zeppelin podcast on this or any other known internets. Be sure to go to rambleonradio.com for all your Led Zeppelin news and any links I mentioned during the show. You can subscribe to Ramble on Radio through iTunes. Don't forget, if you're at iTunes, leave a review. It helps them to notice us, and therefore possibly draws more people to the podcast, which is more people leave reviews, more people notice us. Next thing you know, we're rich and famous. I'm rich and famous. I know, it's just so not happening. Listen in on Spreaker, SPREAKER.com. And if you're on Spreaker, follow Ramble on Radio, even if you don't listen to it there. And if you got 2 minutes, sign up for Spreaker. It's free, it's easy. And they don't send a bunch of junk emails to you and stuff. Just sign up and follow Ramble on Radio. And if we get 100 followers over there, then they're associated with iHeartRadio. We can get this on iHeartRadio and really put it under a lot of people's noses. And also check us out at Ramble on Radio on YouTube. Follow Ramble on Radio on Facebook, Google+, and at Ramble on Blog on Twitter. Happy New Year, everybody. It's a new year, 2015. This is January 1st. So this is the only drink I'm having tonight. Trust me on this, by the way. But cheers to a good year. That's Irish whiskey, by the way, and it's killing me right now. Just not in the mood. It didn't go overboard last night, but Christmas just goes and goes and goes. And you drink so many days, not necessarily get liquored up but you have 2 drinks here, a drink there. By the time New Year's Day comes, just leave me alone. So if you're on YouTube, you see I'm back on the coffee here. That's the way it's going to go here. All right. So the intro, if you are not on YouTube and you heard the intro, Joe Cocker's A Little Help from My Friends with Jimmy Page and I believe Eric Clapton helping him out. That's at the Arms concert in 1983. And then, so that was Jimmy's kind of foray back into the musical world, was the Arms concert of 1983. And Joe Cocker was there, and they played that song, which, of course, Jimmy also played on the original. And R.I.P. Joe Cocker died on December 22nd, age 70. And he'd been sick for a while. It sounds like he had lung cancer. And then on December 30, 1968, the first known recorded Led Zeppelin show, opening for Vanilla Fudge at Gonzaga University, Kennedy Pavilion in Spokane, Washington. Someone brought a tape recorder to the show and captured Led Zeppelin, or as they were called in one of the advertisements for the show, Len Zeppelin. It was their 5th U.S. show, and early enough, the Plant introduces Dazed and Confused off an album that comes out in about 3 weeks on the Atlantic label. So that's the Gonzaga University show, and so we heard a little bit of How Many More Times from that, and a little bit of Joe Cocker from the Arms concert, Jimmy Page on guitar on that. A quick correction from last time. I did the 2 weeks ago. I did the what you should be getting for Christmas type of thing, and I mentioned some charities, and I got this. I'm so bad on this, but I think I talked about Jamie Kennedy, and her name's not Jamie Kennedy. I was running off the top of my head. which you should never do on this sort of thing. It's Jamie Walton. And the foundation is called the Wayne Foundation, as in Bruce Wayne. Don't ask me why they went with that name. It helps girls, underage girls, who are victims of trafficking and prostitution in the United States. This is not some third world country thing. This is girls in Georgia who get shipped across to Alabama on weekends to gangbang for somebody else's profit. And she was one of these girls. Got caught in it. I mean, you know, she was like 12 or 14 or something, and it just her life snowballed to hell. She met with Kevin Smith from Clerks fame, the movie Clerks. He's a writer, director, actor, and he suggested to her, this was after she was out of it, and I guess she was at some sort of function or another, and he heard her story and says, you need to start a charity. And she says, well, what can I do, right? And he says, well, I'll help you. And so it's Kevin Smith and Jamie Walton run the Wayne Fair. Jamie Walton, not Jamie Kennedy. Jamie Walton and Kevin Smith run the Wayne Foundation. If you're looking for a place to drop some money you still have left over from Christmas, the Wayne Foundation. That's I do try not to do this all year, but I got it wrong on the one before Christmas, where I do throw out a couple of things like that, and I wanted to make dead sure I got it right. All right, I found this on Facebook, and it was a Led Zeppelin quiz. I got 100%. No, I got one wrong, and it was a dumb wrong. Matter of fact, it was one of those things you click on it and it grabs your answer before you say yes or no. And I clicked on it and they went no. I knew the right answer, but I guess it's 9 out of 10 or whatever. So I thought I'd throw these questions out there anyway, and just so you guys should all get, if not 10, 9 sort of thing. So it goes, what band did Robert Plant sing with prior to his days with Led Zeppelin? And by the way, this was A, B, C, D kind of thing, a multiple choice. So, and one of the choices was, look at me drawing a blank. Look at me drawing a blank on New Year's Day. More whiskey. Hobbs Tweetle. Was one of the bands that they had him listed as, and that's the correct answer. And 68% of the people who took the quiz got that correct. Which band was Jimmy Page a part of before Led Zeppelin? In brackets, the one Led Zeppelin formed from. And of course, the answer is the Yardbirds. 94% got that correct. Next question was, how long did it take the new Yardbirds, aka Led Zeppelin, to record their debut album? This is the one where I screwed it up. It's 18 hours or something like that. And I clicked on 30 hours first, and then I went, no, it's 18. It was one of these things, and by the time it wasn't a, click and keep moving, and you can go back and correct it. And my first instinct was the 30, and then I went, no, it's wrong. And something like 18, it's right around 18 hours. When did the band change their name to Led Zeppelin? 36% got this correct. And I want to, I think I forget how they worded the questions, but I believe it was 1968 was the answer. I don't think it was after their first tour or something like that. I think it was specifically 1968. And I think they gave like 1968, 1969, 1972, and 1975 as the answers. 36% got it correct. I'm guessing a lot of people clicked on 1969. Which Led Zepp song was the most played song in the history of album-oriented radio? 95% only got this correct. That's Stairway to Heaven. You probably shouldn't be taking a Led Zeppelin quiz if you got that one wrong, by the way. In which of these years did Led Zeppelin release no new material and do no concerts? And they gave 4 years, and 1974 is the correct answer. Although, didn't they do some concerts? I'm trying to think, didn't they go to Australia and stuff in 74? I thought they did some shows. 76 they released new material. 77 they released new material. 78 they did nothing too. 78 was the right answer. I think it was 74 though. I think 74 was the right answer. Maybe 78 wasn't on the question. What was the name of Led Zeppelin's record label, the one they created? And the answer to that is Swan Song. What stopped the huge American tour in 1975? 73% got this correct. It is Robert Plant's car accident. When did John Bonham pass away? They gave the specific date, September, whatever it is, 1980. And in which year did Jimmy Page and Robert Plant do the MTV Unplugged show? And we know from listening to this podcast that was 1994. So they're on 64% got that one correct, 74% got the John Bonham correct. And it was a specific date. Anyway, I just thought I'd pass that along. It was kind of fun. A little quiz on Facebook. And I passed. I would have had to give up the podcast to somebody else if I failed, I think. Considered shutting it down because I got one question wrong, actually. Considered shutting it down and saying, I guess I don't belong here. But there you go. So anyway, it is New Year's Day. It is 2014, big year of 2015 coming. And so I wanted to go backwards just slightly, just a little bit over what we've talked about in the last year. And I'm not going to pull out audio clip because it's just me talking, and I could throw out an audio clip of me talking instead of having me talk. We could do that. I don't see the sense in it. If I was talking to other people, it might make sense. And that would take a lot of time that I don't actually have. So we'll just do this straight up. So look back on 2014. Start with I did 39 episodes here. So I've been doing this about 3 or 4 years, and that's easily the most episodes I've done. And it was towards late last year when I decided to start doing weekly instead of every other week, which was really being every third to fourth week. And I bet there was some of the years. Well, we were at 82. And we did 39 last year, so half of our episodes almost we did last year. And ultimately that's 75% of the weeks you had a podcast to listen to, which I'm not horribly disappointed with. I mean, I'm aiming for 100%. If I had it my way, I'd probably do 50 weeks. But there are weeks it just falls to the wayside. There are weeks when on Friday I wake up and go, oh my God, I didn't do a podcast. It just happens that way. And interestingly, I looked at it. I only did 2 in July, we did 3 in August, and 1 in September. So basically, through the summer months, it really fell off, and we did 6 over July, August, September, as compared to 33 over the other 9 months. So. That's probably 50% instead of 75%, right? And you looked at January, I did 4, and there was a number of 4s in there. Other than those 3 months, I kind of did 3 or 4 a month, pretty faithfully. In June, we had a good June.